Princess Peach. I love her so much. We are fixing to do a mask. I just washed my hair and it's, up in my thing, keeping from getting, wet hair all over the place. Because y'all know, you know, if you have short hair, like some people I know, then it dries quickly and you don't have all these issues. You can use a blow dryer. Whoop, it's dry. But when you have longer hair, it takes forever. Now, some people, it does dry quicker than others, but I digress. We are going to do a mask. We are going to do our Quirt Tomato Mask Brightening from Beauty Recipe. So, hang out, and you know what? We're going to get back into that Bible book again, too. Okay, so I already put on my mask, and let's see. Alright, we are ready to go. So, we are at Genesis, the first book of Moses, called Genesis. The first book of Moses? Why is it the first? I already have questions. I haven't even started reading yet. Why is it the first book of Moses? Is it like, does that mean that Moses is the author? Or God told Moses to write this? Or, somehow Moses did it? I don't know. Let's just get started. Chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. The earth was without form. Okay, I'm just going to have to trust God on that one. And darkness was upon the face of the earth. Okay, if the earth was without form, then how did the earth have... Okay, I don't know. Alright, and we go on. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Okay, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. I feel like there's a lot missing here. Maybe it's because God feels like it would make like a lot of stuff that just doesn't make any difference. I mean, obviously the earth and the water is here. So, and God made all of that, right? So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay, it doesn't say anything about the water. But it does say the earth was without form and void. Well, if the earth was without form and was void, and darkness was upon it, then where was the face of the waters? I'm confused already, and I'm just on the very, the second one. Okay. I'm just, yeah. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. So, God created the heaven and the earth, and then God said, let there be light. And I guess when he created the earth without form, the water appeared also at that time. I'm just going to say that's, yeah. God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Okay, but the earth is still without form? Or did God form the earth? The earth have form? Shut up, Sue. Keep reading. Okay. So we have the earth, and we have water, and we have light, and we have day. And God said, you know what? this is great. This is good. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. What if the firmament isn't above us? What if the firmament is underneath of us? Because there's a whole lot of water under the ocean that's like a complete... Okay, shut up, Sue. Go on. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Okay, so is the firmament what divides the waters? Or is the firmament just something different and God divided the waters and then stuck the firmament in there? I mean, I have so many questions, guys. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Shut up, Sue. Just shut up. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth. Okay. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters called seas. And God saw that it was good. It still could be like the firmament is below us. But okay, no, shut up, Sue. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind. No, that's not what it says. Let the earth bring forth grass. Let the herb yielding seed and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. Okay, that's a whole lot of confusion. The fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind. So there's something different about the fruit right here. Because instead of referring to, you know, the herb yielding seed and the earth bring forth grass, but the fruit is yielding, the fruit tree is yielding fruit after his kind. So in the beginning, were the trees possibly had an actual consciousness, perhaps? I mean, anything's possible with God. Whose seed is in itself upon the earth. Whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. Okay, I get the and it was so part. I'm just going to take this to mean that all of the plants were made to reproduce. And the earth, which is interesting. Interesting that the plants were made to reproduce. Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed. I mean, why would you need seed if you weren't going to reproduce? And the fruit tree yielding fruit, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Yeah, you wouldn't need seed unless you were going to reproduce, so that's interesting that the plants were originally made to reproduce right off the bat. I know there's glare on the glasses. There's just not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm sorry. Okay. And God saw it was good. The easy part. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So we got day and night, water and land, and plants. Alright, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. That's interesting. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So are we talking about the stars? But to divide the day from the night, that doesn't... Again, I don't understand. I don't, I mean, because you can see stars during the day, so... I mean, not all of them and not good, but you can't see them, so I don't know. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. Let them... Like, at this point, I think what we're talking about is not the earth. At this point, what we're talking about is the garden, right? Only the garden is like first earth, right? Because that was like the original plan. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. Okay, so if we're doing all that there, then what's this? Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. 2 verses ago. And now we are making more lights to divide the earth, the night and the day. Okay. And then it says he made the stars also. So if he didn't make the stars until verse 16, then what is he talking about in verse 14? Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. If those aren't stars, and it's not the sun and the moon, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Okay, he set them in the firmament, not above or below the firmament. He put them in the firmament. Huh. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. You know what? As long as God saw it was good, I'm not going to question it. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day, and I'm already exhausted, and we're only on day 4. Wow. God must have been really tired. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Okay. So now the firmament is open, and that's where the birds fly. So the firmament is not what I have been led to believe. I thought that the firmament was like a barrier, but it's not. it's because if it was a barrier, then how can fowl fly in the open firmament of heaven? So the firmament is not a barrier. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, because being a farmer, okay, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of a barrier is a fence. However, to some creatures, a fence is not a barrier, it's an obstacle. So, could it be the same thing for the firmament? Like, to some creatures it's a barrier, but to some it's just an obstacle? God created the great whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly. So the birds came before the whales, and the whales were the first. Every living creature that moved, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. Okay, so God created great whales and every living creature that move, which the waters brought forth abundantly. So I'm going to take that to mean that pretty much all life, God did pull it out of the water, okay? Which explains, because like our body is, maybe not like the life force, but what you're made of. Because your body is made of like a really high percentage of liquid, right? Okay, and God created the whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good. Okay, no, the birds did not come from the water. Birds came before the whales. But everything else came from the water. And God saw it was good, so let's move on. God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters of the sea, and let fowl multiply on the earth. Okay, so the animals were also made to reproduce, okay? They weren't made to... Now, if they were made to reproduce, then... I mean, God knows everything, so God would know if he made these things to reproduce, then he was either going to have to stop that reproduction at some point, or they were going to have to die at some point, because otherwise you would overpopulate and it would kill off the earth anyways. I mean, God knows this. It just makes sense. God has more sense than anybody. So yeah, that's be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas and let fowl multiply in the earth. It doesn't say on the earth, it says in the earth. Evening and morning were the fifth day, and I'm already exhausted. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind. Okay, so this is when, like, mammals and reptiles and, you know, that sort of creature. Well, not mammals, because whales are mammals. But land critters, okay? We'll just say that. Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind. and cattle after their kind, and everything that creep upon the earth after his kind. And God saw it was good. What does that mean? God made the beast of the earth after his kind. Does that mean... Okay, this is probably not, but... Okay, now we're made in God's image, right? So does this mean that all the other critters are made in the image of things that God has in heaven? Or, you know, wherever God resides? And God made them on earth to resemble the things which he has? That would explain the garden. God saw that it was good. And God said... Okay, so now all the critters were made before us, okay? They were all made first. God said, let us make man. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So basically, God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Okay. Male and female created he them. Okay, where's the part about the rib? I'm seriously, I feel like we're missing something here. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And it's like, so it's like we were the gardeners, right? You know, we were supposed to like God created this really cool spot, but he needed somebody to take care of it while he wasn't there. So he created man and woman. It says right there, male and female. He created man, male and female. That's interesting. I'll subdue it. Have dominion over the... Yeah, so it was our job to, like, oversee, take care of things. Wow, we really messed that up. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. So, yeah, as a general rule, the seeds are of a tree are found in the fruit. And to you it shall be for meat. Okay, so there was meat trees. I mean, he says it shall be for meat. He doesn't say it shall be for, you know, for food, for nutrition, for to eat. He says for meat. There was meat trees. I want a meat tree. Eve, you really messed things up, man. Satan? Dude. A bacon tree. No, that's, I'm joking, and I shouldn't be. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, where there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Okay, so God made sure that everybody had something to eat, had a way to, to survive there, and here's man, male and female, that's supposed to be like kind of overseeing things, right? And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Next is going to be chapter 2. I believe, I know. I know, right? Okay, so basically, I'm still confused about the firmament because I thought the firmament was a barrier. But according to that description, not so much. Whew. Oh, this is... I might have to take this thing off. I don't know. We'll see. This mask feels so nice. I'm old, so we're going to do the elbows. We're going to do the knees, because, when you're old, knees and elbows, and hands are real, and the heels. I'll tell you what now, not so much the rest of my foot, but the heel and that back part, like right above the heel. Ooh, Lordy, that gets dry. Of course, it would help, I live in Florida, and I don't regularly wear shoes. I tend to wear flip-flops. I do. Okay, and we're going to use our little jar to put the excess in so that I can use that up before next week. But, okay, so y'all give me, this is the, what is this, the St. James? I don't know, maybe there's stories further into the Bible that breaks it down more, and that's when you get into the, God made woman from Adam's rib, because that first chapter said nothing like that. It said God made man, male and female. Did not say a thing about taking woman from God's rib. So, I went to Bible school. When I was a kid, I got taught the stories, but I've never actually read the Bible. So I'm just like, I was expecting there to be something about God made man, named him Adam, said, hey, this is all good. And then later on made Eve out of Adam's rib. Okay, but here is something that I do believe. I've seen some research on this, and I do believe this to be true. And if it's not, it ain't my business anyways. This is God's business, so it don't matter. But when it says... And that was the end of the first day. Okay, well, a day for us is like 1,000 years for God. Okay? So when he's talking about the end of day 1, you're talking about 1,000 years just went by. Okay? When he says the end of day 2, that's like 2,000. So after 6 days, that's been like 6,000 years to us. To God, it's been 6 days. You know what I'm saying? I think that God's time is way different from ours because God is God. And God is like, I don't want to say God is old. God is eternal. So the way that God feels time and looks at time and does time is not even close to the same way that we do. So for us, 1,000 years would pass, and that would be like a day to God. So, you know, when y'all like, oh, you know, God did all that in one day. Yeah, but it was 1,000 years for us, okay? So when you go back in fossils and stuff, and they say, you know, well, this was X amount of years, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because that's our years. That's not God's years. We're counting in our years, you know. If it was 60 million years in our years, it was like, what, 6 million in God's years? It might, I don't know. I suck at math. I always have. I'm sorry. But it's a whole lot less. A whole lot less, okay? So, anyways, I know it's the first chapter, and I'm already, I already have so many questions and so many different things running through my brain. I know. But, you know, anybody that has ideas on this, whether they're, you know, some people are just rigid. I'm sorry, I don't believe that the world is flat. I've been out on the ocean in a big boat where you can't see land, and when all you see is ocean, the horizon is a curve. It is not flat. So, unless the flat earth is curved, I mean, it could be, yeah, I don't know, again, I mean, and if the earth wasn't like a globe, then how could you fly planes around the world? You know, you couldn't do it. So, it doesn't make any sense, but that's okay, because, seriously, not my business. That's God's thing. That not my business, you know what I'm saying? There's things you just have to trust, and shut up, Sue. Just shut up. Anyways, I welcome any comments and discussion. Give me something to think about, because this is a journey that I really want to make before it's my time to, you know, to face the music. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so guys, until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, boom, boom, boom. Wake up dancing every single day. Bye-bye.